We're on our way up to Minot, North Dakota right now. We're setting up one of the biggest fireworks shows that we do all summer. Garrison's already up there with the trailer full of fireworks. And we've got some thunderstorms off in the distance, so hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Thunderstorms in the evening hours can be a deal breaker for these fireworks shows. So we're going to be monitoring that situation on the way up there, and we have a long drive ahead of us. Get you guys some updates later on. So this is Chloe. She's my little road tripping dog. And we both just had to get out for a minute and stretch. Got to take her for a quick walk. As you can see, our storm situation isn't looking any better. Well, we still have a long ways to go. It looks like those storms are intensifying as they move northeast, and that could be a problem down the road. So we're finally here at the shoot site with Garrison, and as you can see, we have the whole trailer full of fireworks. We don't have any stacked though, besides the 500-gram cakes there in the back.
I say we carry these together just because they get heavy.
Okay, yep. So these are the mortar racks that we're pulling out right now. So inside these are canister shells, and we have these mortar racks here. It's a wooden base with HDPE tubes. These things are what send the shells up into the air.
So using the 72M as the center, because I knew I was going to launch more from the center, I knew that it was basically for 18Ms. So I set module, the 72M as 2, 3, and 4, knowing that I was going to need 5 of them, but it was 3 positions. So module 1 is the left position, and module 5 is the right position, and 2 and 3 and 4 are all the middle. The show starts out in the middle, and it just goes down the line with module 2, but then you switch over to module 1 and 5. It gets a little confusing when you get down the line and you're starting to shoot 3 different modules, 3 different positions. It's fun to do. It's a little bit of just a brain teaser. It's kind of fun. These are the only racks, though, that don't go in the middle.
This is probably the heaviest one we got out here today. 80 shots in total. Take a look at this rack.
What's that come out to for grams? So it's a 4,800 gram cake.
4,800 grams in that thing.
That's a lot.
And we have another one. We've found that this is the most cost-effective way to get big fireworks up in the air. All canister shells. So we have 3 of these angled racks we're pulling out, 1 for each station, and there's 3 stations on this show.
Might as well go to the far one, I guess, huh?
So just bringing out a couple of these racks, you can see I'm the crazy guy wearing a long sleeve and jeans. You got the t-shirt and shorts.
It's too hot, man.
Oh, I know, but this is the only way I can get the mosquitoes away and not get a sunburn without wearing sunscreen.
I think I would start dealing with the sunscreen and mosquito spray.
Yeah, I might have to.
It's too hot right now.
Might just have to tonight. Looks like we're gonna get lucky on those storms. They're moving away. I know I was kind of worried about that on the way up here, but looks like they're going that way now, so we might be in the clear.
I'm gonna have you flip around.
Okay.
And then we'll just set it right here, actually.
All right, and so this one's got an angle, because actually you can see that little playground there and maybe that parking lot off in the distance. That's where people are going to be watching this show at. We've got 3 of these angled ones, 1 for each station.
I mean, those are a little crooked compared to this one, but it doesn't matter because they're going straight up. They're not angled.
Exactly.
So they can face any direction they really want.
Yeah, so these go straight like you said, and then these are angled, so we do have to put them off a little bit just so we can meet that viewing point over there. So those things are called Cobra firing modules. We got a couple of them out here today. So we actually do have some bug spray out here. This is our first defense, and that will go on my clothes and probably on his skin. And I did bring a fogger out here. We might have to fog the grass, but as you can see, we have a pretty wide area to work with here, so lots of mosquitoes come nightfall.
639, 45. That's the positions.
So just to recap, we have a station over there, a station right here in the middle, and then all the way over here on the left.
So the station's about 70 feet apart in between each one. So got a total span of 140 feet.
So anything marked 1 and 5 is going on those outer 2 stations. 2, 3, and 4 are gonna be up here in the middle. So these are the 500 gram cakes, just starting to pull them out. So this is actually pretty interesting. He writes on the duct tape here, module 3 Q1. And so that way when we're out here setting up, he knows exactly where to put these before we fire the show. This is a big one.
That's gotta be one of my favorite zippers.
We get a lot of these fireworks from all over the nation. For instance, a lot of this stuff is from right here in Fargo, but this one right here is from Florida. So we kind of mix and match on how we pick out our product and where we get it from. Have you seen this Willow Explosion?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's one of the better ones they have.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cakes by Raccoon Fireworks. It's got a bunch of willows, 24 shots. Definitely use the case of those on the 4th.
What I like about those is they have just this little bit of blue right when it breaks.
Yeah.
Stars in there, and I think it's so pretty, that blue against that gold. Nobody really does willows as good as Raccoon.
Raccoon's got it, yep.
Yeah, whatever they're doing, it's awesome.
They do it right because they're the ones that make Uncle Sam.
In my opinion, probably the best willow cake there is on the market.
Oh yeah.
This one is not bad either. It's not Uncle Sam, but it's really good.
So right now, just kind of hooking up the wires to the actual Cobra firing system. This one here is the 72M, and as you can see, it has seen quite a few firework displays. We got a lot of residue on here.
It's been busy and I haven't had a chance to clean them. We've had a lot of shows.
On the 72M, you'll notice all these banks here, and what those do is they act like modules. So you'll see this one here says module 2 Q3, but we only have technically one module out here. That's where these banks come in. So module 2 on the 72M is actually bank A, and then 3 would be bank B, and then 4 would be C.
And that's just because that's one,
Yep.
and then I can set whatever bank to whatever channel you want. I think it's all the way up to 99 or whatever.
And then as we hook up our quick plugs to the 72M, you'll see that's all we're doing is you just push that right into those little slots. Boom.
Fun fact.
Okay.
That I'm thinking I might have solved your zip tie problem.
Okay.
So I had a theory in the past when I had used it that if you got the zip tie too tight, you could almost snuff out the fire. And I thought that's kind of dumb. Like there's no way I'd snuff that out by getting that too tight. So on some of these racks, we would use the jumper fuse to go from this tube, like it lit here,
Yep.
burn down, and then we'd run a fuse from this tube to this tube, and it would burn down this line. It's pretty tight up against the piece of wood here. And that jumper fuse I used on the last show, this half of the 10 shells did not go because it was so tight it snuffed the fuse out. The fuse was half burnt.
Oh, interesting. So that was enough to choke it out, was the wood here. So how you get around that problem is you actually use 2 igniters, 1 for each row in the 20-shot racks.
Yep.
Okay, that's
It
cool.
gets a little more expensive, but it also gets the timing way better
Yep.
also.
And you're gonna get great timing on these canister shell racks. We've
Yeah.
seen that from show to show. Like, it's incredible what we do here. I still can't believe you thought of this before I did. That's pretty cool.
I think it's one of the greatest things we've gotten to do yet, so.
I like it. So you might be wondering, why is there no fuse here on the top of these racks? Well, actually Garrison developed a way to bypass the delay in the fuse on the top of these canister shell racks, which is an issue we've been having in all our different shows before we had this method, which you came up with. So why don't you go ahead and explain what this tape is here?
So when you bring the fuse out the top, not only do you have the fuse that connects them all, you get variations in time, it doesn't always burn perfect, but that fuse that leads down in the canister shells is never accurate in time.
No.
So just like in a cake, if you take the bottom of the shell and peel it off just a little piece of cardboard, you can dump the lift charge right into the bottom of the tube. And if you drill a little hole right above the plug, you can put a piece of fuse in between each one, going into each lift charge, and it really takes away a lot of that timing issue that you see with the canister shells fusing across the top.
If you're confused, it works a lot like a 500 gram cake in a way. You've got the fuse on the bottom, never on the top. If you do see a 500 gram cake with fuses on the top, I probably wouldn't buy it. That sounds sketchy to me.
For sure.
But basically, you know, essentially you're making your own cake here.
Basically.
And you don't lose any height on canister shells, but we have had some issues with ball shells.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so.
And I think that was just because
It's a smaller shell, bigger tube.
Yep.
That's what we kind of figured. And just so you guys can see what's underneath the duct tape, the fuse comes from this tube into this one, firing the next shell in line.
Yeah, so I mean, the advantage to running these, you're shooting 60 grams in each individual break. You'll never find that size of a break in any cake.
Oh, no way. Like, just as an example, you see how big the top of those canister shell racks are, and then look at the difference in the bore size on some of these 500-gram cakes. It's not even close.
And even a NOAB doesn't have that much gunpowder in what one of these racks has.
Yep, and that would be a NOAB right there, that Nishiki one with 9 tubes. So we were hoping we were gonna get lucky on the weather, but just check the radar. I'll put it in on screen here. We've got a whole line of storms coming in right about the time that we start shooting this show. So hopefully nothing goes wrong, but we'll see. Are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm kind of nervous
I
too.
try not to be, but yeah. They weren't on the radar, so I didn't bring anything to cover these.
Yeah, I didn't either. So we got to get rid of the bugs. One of the best ways to do that is with these Raid foggers. First step, tear that off, and then it locks. So we'll just fog this area real quick for all the bugs. That should take care of the mosquitoes.
Looks like a smoke ball. Need a little more, or was the fogger enough?
I don't know. I'm kind of getting eaten alive. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, that's it.
Can't take it, can you?
Nope. So we just finished setting up this entire firework display, and now we're ready to go. Like I said, 3 stations, and the whole thing you actually scripted.
Yep.
So we'll kind of give you guys a walkthrough, but basically I'm gonna use this, and in the video when I post it, all the names of what's going off at what point in the show are gonna be in the bottom of the video with that dial, so you'll use that and you can see exactly what's going off at what time. So a 3-station fireworks show like this, you couldn't do hand firing. You'd need a firing system.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Even if you had 3 people with walkie-talkies, you'd never get that timing down. It would never look right.
Absolutely no way. Yeah, you'd be yelling over the fireworks too. So this actually comes in handy, and that's why we've been scripting a lot of these shows lately. And it works out great. We have this nice area here that we can shoot these off several feet apart. All right, so it's getting darker out and we're almost ready to shoot off our fireworks show. But before we do, this is our middle station here. Now I don't have the script on me, but you can see we got a ton of product. I guess we'll just go through them one at a time. We've got Gold Turbillions with Crackling Horsetails Barrage by Showline. We got 2 more here, Blue Mine to Sizzling Palm. We've got Home Run here by Cutting Edge. These 2 cakes right here are from the Founders Assortment by SFX. We've got, it looks like Jefferson and Adams. We got Willow Explosion here by Raccoon Fireworks. Nishiki Crown Kamuro over there by Dominator. This one here is just called Nishiki by Happy Family. Right there we got a Diamonds cake. It's called Diamonds Are Forever by MC Fireworks. Over there we got Ghost Killer. That's a classic. We use it in just about every show that we do. Then we have All Time High by Stargate. Flood Red by Brothers, one of my favorites over there. Beautiful Night by Happy Family, with another one here, along with another Flood Red, and Pyro Mania by Sky Pioneer, with a Give Me Liberty by SFX, Great American Company.
Here we have what I would call my pride and joy, canister shells. Probably one of my favorite fireworks ever. There's 240 canister shells here that shoot in the display, and then this is the finale over here. There's 60 shells in the middle segment for the finale.
And those actually go with the other 2 rows as well.
Yes.
All at once.
So this whole show is kind of designed, kind of shoot in the middle 1, and then we switch to the outside 2, and then as we get towards the end, the show gets a little bigger is when we start firing all 3 stations at once. So over here, this is station 3, but module 5. So the 72Ms have is basically broke down into 4 18Ms. The first station is module 1, and then it's 2, 3, and 4 on the middle station, with the 72M making this module 5 on the 3rd station.
And those are what you call banks over there.
Yes.
Yep. And so those act like modules. So even while we're over here, and this is station 3, it's actually module 5. Over on this station, we have a couple things doubled up, like Willow Explosion, Ghost Killer. We've got more of the Founders cakes right here. We've actually got 3 of them up front. Hamilton, Adams, and Jefferson. Then we have One If by Land, also by Great American. We got one here called Celebrate America by Great American as well. So the Sky Diamonds here, I think it's the first time we're seeing it because we didn't have it over there in the middle section, but we do have another one of those on the end, right?
Yes.
And then that one over there, we've actually got 2 of these. And did you say these are horsetails?
Yeah, gorgeous horsetails.
That should be nice. SFX Nighttime Spectacular. Let me tell you something, these bugs are getting really, really bad. That bug spray didn't take.
Not really.
You want to tell us what's in that rack?
Yeah, so these are all willows. So it's going to start out, there's going to be 1 willow cake at the beginning of the show. Then we're going to go into 2 willow cakes over here later on in the show. And then at the end, we are going to have 3 different willow cakes, one on each segment. And then there's going to be shells of willows along with the willow cakes at the end. So
bunch of willow madness tonight.
It's going to be gorgeous.
No, these are actually going to be cool. So you have one on this station and one over on the very far end.
And one in the middle.
Okay, and we have one in the middle too.
Yep.
Oh, and it's in those big racks.
Yep.
Because you're able to, with these wires, it's nice, because you're able to put them up like this and then switch up the effects as long as you're using the igniters here.
For sure, it's 1 igniter for every 10 shells, so you can put 5 racks in a row, screw them together, But each 10 shells can be at a different time, going at any point with any effect.
Yeah, you can put it anywhere in the rack too. And then if you couldn't tell, this is also part of the finale, and I think you've got this whole finale segment down to about 1 second, right?
Yep. So 180 shots fanned out in 1 second.
Yep, 3 stations of fan racks like this. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, and it's gonna have a huge spread. Hopefully we can get it on video. Any issues with continuity tonight?
No, everything's green.
Nice.
So only problem is these damn mosquitoes.
Yeah, look at them all. Look, dude,
insane.
you can see them like swarming around you on
I
camera.
should have used that bug spray.
So over here at Module 1, this is actually our third and final station of the night, and you can probably tell that it's just a reflection of what we showed you over there. So everything is exactly the same, and that's when we get, you know, 2 cakes will be firing at the same time when we look at stuff like this. That's why we're using the exact same setup over here. So it's not going to be that slow-paced, one at a time kind of fireworks show. It's actually going to be this cake, and this cake, probably firing with those cakes over there too. And we repeat that kind of all the way through the show. It's going to look really cool.
It bounces between shooting from just the middle to the edges, back to shooting in just the middle, back to the outside. And like I said, at the end, all 3 stations fire.
And for consumer fireworks, this actually looks really professional. And obviously we have another 20-shot Willow rack right here, along with our last part of the finale. But all 3 of these stations are going to fire at the same time. That finale is going to be nuts.
And I tell you what, again, I can't say enough how much having the Cobras have changed our lives as far as the firework displays. Just the quality and how professional you can make consumer fireworks look because of those things.
It's like a whole new world with the Cobra.
It is. I mean,
it's nuts. With the 72M too, yeah.
Oh yeah, those 72Ms are crazy.
It's nuts. Well, we're gonna go put more bug spray on. And we're about ready to shoot this firework display. It just has to get a little darker. It looks like we are gonna beat the rain by minutes. So after this show, we're gonna have to hurry up with the cleanup part. But we just wanted to get on here and say we appreciate you guys supporting all the firework displays that we do on the channel. And hopefully we have a lot more to come.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If there's anything that you guys want to see, you know, out of me or Cody, or have any questions on how I do on some of the things, let us know in the comments. We'll try to make sure we bring it up next time. And this is the worst part right now.
Yeah.
Waiting to shoot. Like this is when, no matter how many shells I do, the butterflies kick in.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I just want to shoot. Let's go.
Every time.
Every time. Never fails.
Yep. Okay, well, I've probably lost 75% of my blood. All right, here we go. I just have the slightest feeling that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. Looks like one rack went off prematurely. Wow. Well, we just got done with our fireworks show, and as you can see, now we get to watch Mother Nature's on our way back home.